Hi, it's me Dipesh. In the last session, we discussed about what is cloud computing and what is virtualization. How it's work, I also discussed. Now let's talk about the different service mode of cloud services and the different service models by which a cloud services actually do work is the most essential thing that we need to understand. Else we cannot proceed our understanding to integrate what we need to do that. Well, cloud services offer three different types of services, and these different types of services are infrastructure as services, that is called IaaS, platform as a services, that is called PaaS, software as a services, that is called SaaS. Well, when I talk about any cloud services, either we talk about Amazon Web Services, we talk about cloud Google Cloud Services, or any other, what is the major thing that we need to understand out of it is how these cloud services provide virtualization to their end customer. This is the most essential thing need to understand, and that is why the different services model is there. Now let's suppose you are a cloud client. Okay, you are using your any application from between a third party with your mobile phone, that is a web browser. Either you're using an application like Flipkart or any other e-commerce or any kind of application or any emulator, terminal emulator kind of thing you are using if you are a B2B customer. So how they are providing with this three different services model, that is called SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. Now let's suppose if we talk about the SaaS, software as a services, what it is all about, we will discuss right now in detail. So when I say SaaS, software as a services is also known as a cloud application services. Basically, it represents the most commonly utilized option for businesses in the cloud market. SaaS also utilize the internet to its delivery applications, which are managed by a third party vendor to its user. Or we can also understand as SaaS application run directly through your web browser, which means they do not require any downloads or installation on the client side. So you can at the same point of time you can browse the services of a third party directly. Now when I say the SaaS delivery means how SaaS actually deliver your stuff. So due to its web application, web delivery model, SaaS eliminate the need of have IT staff like downloading the application for each and every individual. It provides a vendor managed with the technical issues such as data middleware, server and storage, resulting their streamlined maintenance and support for businesses. There are huge advantages when you use SaaS. Let's say if you are using a CRM or email, you don't need to install the software to use the Gmail. You don't need to, you require it if you want, but as of now, if you want to use on website, you just open a URL and you can access their web application and you can send a mail. Or similarly, if you are using a customer relation management software, just need to log in the web server, and the portal will open and you can actually do all the tasks. Or if you are playing an online game, it's also an example of a SaaS. Now, what is and when you actually need to use SaaS application if you are integrating as a cloud? So as I said, SaaS may be the most beneficial option in several situations. Okay, like if you are a small startup, okay, if you are a small startup and you don't want to launch and you want to launch an e-commerce quickly and don't have a time to server issue or software. Okay, let's suppose if you are not using a SaaS product, you need to integrate your server, you need to add everything out there, you know Instead of that, you will log in into Amazon Web Services. You will use their SaaS product to host your website, and everything that all the product with the admin panel you can add, and everything you can do, and it will integrate on Amazon Web Services, and you can actually provide services to your customer. In short term project that requires quick, easy and affordable collaboration, application that are not needed too much often, such as tax software application, you can understand that need both web and mobile access, is also one of the SaaS model that we use. Also, there are few more benefits, and the benefits are immense, as I say, like data security, customization, lack of control, feature limitation is sometimes, there are some also, demerits, like feature limitation are there because you cannot, do all the thing. But yes, in the meantime, you can actually understand there are several examples of SaaS product, including Google G Suite app, Dropbox, Salesforce, Cisco WebEx, SAP Concur, GoToMeeting, and as mentioned, email, virtual desktop communication, games, CRM. These are the different examples for SaaS product. Now let's talk about the PaaS, platform as a services. When I say PaaS, platform as a services, cloud platform services, also known as platform as a services, that is called PaaS. It's provide cloud component to certain software while being used mainly for applications. PaaS delivery a framework for developers that they can build upon and use to create customized application within the server with storage, and networking can be managed by the enterprise or a third party provider, while the developer can maintain management of the application. So while you are talking about the delivery mode of PaaS, the delivery mode of PaaS is similar to SaaS, except instead of delivering the software over the internet, PaaS provide a platform for software creation. Like when you install a software of um, of a media player or something like this. So the platform is delivered via the web, giving developer the freedom into concentrate on building the software without having to worry about operating system. So similarly, the multiple updates, storage and infrastructure, in which PaaS allow your business to design and create application that are built into the platform as a services with some software component. Basically, the multiple application in PaaS, sometimes called middleware, are scalable, highly available as they take on certain cloud characteristics. Advantages, as I said, it's highly scalable, available, deployment with apps, cost effectiveness, significant reduction in the amount of coding needed, automation in business policy. Now the main question is when you need to use PaaS. So as I discussed in SaaS, for multiple way time when you can use it. Similarly, if you are using PaaS, it's beneficial, sometimes even necessary in several situations. Examples, PaaS can streamline workflows when multiple developers are working on the same development project. If other vendors must be included, PaaS can provide great speed and flexibility to the entire process. PaaS is also particularly beneficial if you need to create customized application, and this could be more effective with the cloud services to greatly reduce cost, and it can also simplify some challenges that come up with your rapidly developing on deploying an app. So this is what about PaaS. Now let me tell you about the IaaS, that is called infrastructure as a services. Basically, infrastructure as a services is also very useful, and it is being used in several times. So when you are using eyes, that are made for highly scalable and automating compute resources. IaaS is fully self-service for accessing the monitoring computers, networking, storage, and other services. IaaS allow business to purchase resources on demand and as needed instead of having to buy hardware outright. Okay, so you can actually purchase the whole storage and other services. The delivery of IaaS cloud computing infrastructure, it includes servers, network, operating systems, storage, through virtualization technology. Like if I give you an idea, this whole cloud computing is an example of an IaaS. Like the whole virtual machine, if you are taking as a balancer, okay, if you are taking a computer in a virtual mode, it's a delivery of IaaS. So this cloud service or IaaS are typically provided by the organization through a dashboard or an API, giving IaaS client complete control over the entire infrastructure. IaaS provide the same technologies and capability as a traditional data center without having it physically maintain or manage all of it. So IaaS client can still access their server and storage directly, but it is all outsourced through a virtual center that is called cloud. So let's suppose your computer is somewhere and you are accessing your computer. Let's suppose our organization want two computers. Instead of having this physical system, they get an access of an API of high-end computers and they can actually use this from anywhere else. So this service is called infrastructure as a services. So let's talk little bit about the advantage of IaaS. So IaaS offers many advantages including it is very most flexible computing model. It's easy to automate for deployment of storage, networking, services and processing power. Hardware purchase can be based on consumption basically. So client retain complete control of their infrastructure. Resources can be purchased as or needed. It's highly scalable means IaaS characteristics define some certain thing. So basically, um, the limitation if I talk about and when to use is when you are just with SaaS and PaaS, you can also use in small companies to spending much money to purchasing the whole system. So rather than and also a large company also prefer this because they don't want to gather the whole infrastructure to produce rather than will be using it as a some certain involvement of the whole system. There is a some certain security issue, internal resources and training required, multi-tenant security required. And if I talk about the example of IaaS, so the examples will be like DigitalOcean, Linode, Rackspace, Amazon Web Services, Cisco Meta Cloud, Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing Engine GC. So basically, this is the basic fundamental idea about IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. So each SaaS, PaaS and IaaS, if I do a differentiation between them, so each cloud model offers a specific feature and functionalities, and it is crucial for your organization to understand the difference whether you need cloud-based software for storage option or a smooth platform that allow you to create customized application or complete control over your entire infrastructure without having to physically maintain this particular thing. So there is a cloud services for you. No matter which option you choose, it's migrate to the cloud and it is the future of businesses and technologies. So in this session, let's summarize. We discuss about the different model of providing services by clouds, and these are SaaS, software as a services, platform as a services, and infrastructure as a services. So this is the example. Thank you. In next session, we'll talk more in detail. Thank you.